Let's get to know Mage again, a uniquely beautiful and encapsulating story with Studio Ghibli-like art. For the past couple of months, I've been having trouble sleeping, and as a result, I started regularly browsing different websites for interesting illustrated stories to read. Yesterday evening, I stumbled across the Korean webtoon Mage again, and after a short read, I found myself completely engulfed by its fantastical world-building and nostalgic artwork. The story, as well as pacing, kept me on my toes, fully engaged, reading all throughout the night. And, as the plot started to thicken, I couldn't help but feel the urge to make a short video about this magical world, in the hopes of someone seeing this and wanting to experience it for themselves. I will keep the synopsis, as well as the rest of the video, brief and mostly spoiler-free, as I feel like going in blind and getting swept away by the story's surprising twists and turns is what truly made it leave such a strong impression on me. Mage again starts with the short but heartbreaking introduction of the great mage Kessel and his apprentice as well as soulmate Moyan Parsion. After the demon of destruction, Persiadis, wreaks havoc across the continent, killing countless humans as well as Moyan's family, she begs Kessel to confront the great demon. Going against his own rule of not interfering in worldly matters, Kessel eventually decides to confront Persiadis, and after a long and arduous battle, sacrifices his life to split and seal the great demon's arms, legs, head, and heart into 6 unique relics. These relics were then distributed to 6 different places and people for safekeeping, and once again, peace was restored. However, 600 years later, after acquiring the title of Grand Mage herself, Moyan resurrects Kessel's soul as the baby Rangai. Having seemingly given the baby the relic correlating to the heart of the demon Persiadis, Moyan entrusts the baby to her lifelong familiar Hardin and sends them both far away. With no memory of his past life, Rangai is raised in the woods by Hardin and taught basic survival skills. But around 17 years later, someone begins to search for the 6 relics with the intention of resurrecting the demon and bringing upon the destruction of humanity once again. Now, as for my first impression, although I'm only about halfway through reading, what I personally like the most so far is the combination of the story's world building, pacing, character development, and whimsical artwork. At the very start, we are being slowly eased into the story with the brief introduction of 2 very important figures, before being thrust far into the future, shifting the focus slightly but not fully to our protagonist as it starts loosening its so far rather firm grip on our hands and throwing us into a world that seems to be full of mystery as well as questions waiting to be answered. Mage again also has a very refreshing way of establishing its current atmospheric setting, having our naive and somewhat silly protagonist slowly mature right in front of our eyes by experiencing the joys as well as hardships of life. The author also manages to never ruin the mood with bad comedic timing, but rather implements it in a way which allows him to seamlessly shift back and forth between the whimsy and tragedy that comes with our protagonist's first time experiencing the broader world. Last, but definitely not least, with its breathtaking artwork, Mage again gives off a magical and nostalgic vibe reminiscent of the art style of many well-known Studio Ghibli works. It captures the true feeling of a classic fantasy world with its enchanting landscapes, mystical creatures, and unique character designs, and manages to beautifully translate action scenes and their dynamic movements in a way that is easy and fun to follow. Its illustrations, combined with the choices in color palettes, give off a lively and heartwarming feeling and capture an essence of childlike wonder I've only experienced a handful of times. All in all, if you're looking for a fresh and new fantasy story with a large magical world, great pacing, and characters with a lot of emotional depth, as well as unique plots that will most definitely catch you off guard, I'd highly recommend giving Mage again a chance. If you have any recommendations of webtoons, mangas, or illustrated stories you really enjoyed, as well as if you're interested in a longer, more in-depth version of this video, or just want to give me some feedback, make sure to let me know by leaving a comment and liking or disliking the video. Have a nice day, and I hope I see you around.